Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back for another cheeky episode. Today we're going to be doing ourselves some very delightful buttermilk pancakes. As it's pancake day tomorrow, I thought I'd get a head start and give you some ideas. So the flavors we're going to be doing is strawberries and cream. So we've got some leftover strawberry jam which we're going to blend up. We're going to whip up some chantilly cream as well. And we're going to cook those beautiful buttermilk pancakes. And then just to kind of finish it off, we might drizzle a little cheeky bit of white chocolate over the top, just to finish it off. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. So the first thing we want to do is weigh out 400 grams of all-purpose flour or plain flour. So we're going to need 6 teaspoons of baking powder. Not the bacon, the bacon. In addition, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of fine granulated sugar, and then 1 cheeky pinch of granulated salt or natural flake sea salt. So that's the cheeky dry ingredients done. So we're going to set that aside and start measuring out the wet ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, we're going to need 200 ml of milk. Also going to need 200 ml of buttermilk. But before you open it, just give it a little cheeky jig, a little shake, just to make sure it's all incorporated. So 200 ml of buttermilk. Then we're going to need, hold on. Then we're going to need 6 cheeky eggs to go into the mix as well. So also we're going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Just a little cheeky tap. There we go. And then we're just going to give them a nice little cheeky whisk up, just to incorporate the eggs into the milk and the buttermilk. So you want to whisk that up nicely without getting it on you. Gordon Bennett, chef. So once that's all whipped up very nicely, it's not all over you. Goodness me. We're going to add this to the dry ingredients, and then we're going to kind of whisk it through very gently. Now, as tempting as it is to keep carrying on whisking this, you want to make sure it's just incorporated through nicely. Most of the lumps are out, so it's nice and smooth. But just be careful you don't overwhip it. If you do overwhip it, you could end up stretching that gluten and making quite some tough pancakes. So don't go too crazy on it. Jeff, I told you to stop. So we're going to let this rest for about 30 minutes. We're going to cover it and pop it in the fridge. Now, while you're letting it rest, chef, the reason for it is to let the gluten relax so you get more of a nice fluffy pancake at the end. So 30 minutes, I'm going to pop this in the fridge. So I've got some leftover jam here from the other week, looking fantastic. Still very, very good. So we're going to blend this down into a nice little puree. And if you're wondering how much is in here, chef, I'd say about half a pound or 225 grams of jam. So we're just going to give this a nice little cheeky blend. So only a couple of minutes. And as this is pretty thick, we're just going to add a little dash of water just to kind of thin it down a touch. Just because we want that nice smooth consistency. Smooth? I meant loose. And that's the kind of consistency you're looking for, that nice kind of dropping consistency. So, very tastic. You're absolutely delicious. And also, if you want to pass it to take the seeds through, you can do if you want to. So we're going to need 350 ml of heavy cream or whipping cream. So chef, what are we doing now? So I forgot to explain. We're going to be doing ourselves some nice whipping cream now for our chantilly. And not the vanilla again. And we're going to need, there we go, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to need 3 tablespoons of icing sugar or powdered sugar. What? Oh, yeah, it does help if you plug in the power sometimes. So make sure you start off on the low so the ice and sugar doesn't puff up into your face. And then just gradually spin it up to a higher speed. So basically you just want to whip this until peak. Beautiful. So there we go. And just be careful you don't overwhip it because... Oh, hold on. There we go. Careful you don't overwhip it, otherwise it's going to turn kind of curdly or almost like a scrambled egg kind of consistency. So you want it nice and smooth. So careful you just don't overwhip it. So I'm going to add about 1 or 2 tablespoons of that strawberry jam in here, keeping some for left for plating. And we're just going to very gently just kind of swirl it through once or twice, just to get that kind of nice little swirl effect in there. So that's what you're looking for. Almost like you couldn't give a crap about mixing it kind of style. So what we're going to do, pop this into a piping bag with a nozzle so we can pipe it on later on. So while we're waiting, I'm going to get about 50 grams of white chocolate ready to go into our boiler, or if you want to put it in the microwave to melt, just be very careful you don't burn it. So we're melting 2 sticks of butter in here. Well, There used to be 2 sticks of butter. So we're going to clarify some butter, so we got it for our cheeky little delicious pancakes. And if you're looking for how much in grams, it's about 228 grams. So this is melted down now on a low heat. You can see the milk solids have come to the top, but just set it aside. It'll soon drop down to the bottom, and then we can separate the two. So it's time to make those beautiful buttermilk pancakes. We're heating the pan up on a medium heat, and we're going to add a little touch of that clarified butter very shortly. So there's our clarified butter. So we want about a dessert spoon or so in there, just to kind of start it off. And you want just about, roughly, just under a ladle of the pancake mixture. Just pour it in very gently. So you basically want to cook these roughly about 3 to 4 minutes each side, maybe 5 minutes, depending on how hot you got your pan. But this is on a medium heat, so I'd say it's going to take about 5 minutes each side. If it gets a little bit too hot, then just turn it down a little touch. So we're not going to flip it, we're just going to turn it, as if you flip it too hard, you might knock the air out of it. So what we're going to do, just very gently, straight over. Make sure we don't knock any of that out. Fantastic, look at that. And there we go, amigos, look at that. Absolutely delightful, delicious, nice, thick, cheeky buttermilk pancakes. So we're going to finish the rest off now. Also, we're going to get a pan on for simmering for our chocolate, so we can melt our chocolate for the little cheeky bit of garnish to finish on top. So it's time to plate up those beautiful buttermilk pancakes ready to go. So first thing we're going to start off with is the white chocolate. So you don't have to be too fancy with this. I'm just going to go a little bit more fancy than per usual, but that's okay. So we're going to have a little bit of white chocolate on here at the bottom. So we're going to pop the pancake on first, and then grab our beautiful cream. Don't go too crazy with it. Just a little drizzle of that beautiful strawberry puree. And also just a little touch of white chocolate. And we're not going to stop there. Time for the second stack. And just a cheeky bit of strawberries on top. And then just finished with more cheeky white chocolate right there. And there we have it, that delightful strawberries and cream buttermilk pancakes. Almost as stacked as me. Ah, you wish, chef. So did you really think I was going to finish this without having a nice little beautiful cross section? Let's have a go. Oh my goodness me. Look at those cheeky pancakes right there. Absolutely divine. Nice, light, fluffy. Absolutely perfect. So there it is, amigos. Our delicious strawberries and cream buttermilk pancakes. Feel free to try this tomorrow for Pancake Day. If you want to change up the flavors or reduce the recipe a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Give it a bash. But feel free to check me out tomorrow, Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Twitch. We cook live dishes on there, and feel free to go check that out. The link is in the description box below. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. But until next week, amigos, stay cheeky.